Well, Donald Trump promises to deliver on his campaign pledge to end the tax on tips during remarks in the Sin City. Here's One America's Brennan Cooney.
President Donald Trump makes a brief stop in the Silver State to tout his no tax on tips proposal and thank Nevadans for helping him get across the finish line to a second presidential term. During remarks given at the Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas on Saturday, President Trump was full of thanks for the traditionally blue state of Nevada's swinging red for him in November 2024.
The golden age of America begins right now, but I have to be honest with you, I'm really here for a different reason. I'm here to say thank you.
Trump described an America in retreat during the Biden administration, saying a combination of weak foreign policy and burdensome so-called green policy had left the American people poorer at home and weaker abroad.
We were headed to World War III. I'm telling you, we would have had problems like you wouldn't believe. They shut down American energy, buried you in crippling regulation, imposed hidden taxes, and spent trillions and trillions of dollars on waste, corruption, and radical left lunacy. These were lunatics. The result was the most brutal inflation in a half a century, perhaps ever, in this country, I think ever, and soaring prices for food, groceries, and other household goods.
All of that changed, according to the Commander-in-Chief, on the 20th of January, 2025, as department head confirmations and a swirl of executive orders have already instituted sweeping changes to federal operations, and has begun a wide and deep reworking of both the collection of funds for the federal government and a commitment to reining in bloat and redundancies in Washington.
On day one, I directed every member of my cabinet to, and by the way, Pete Hegseth got approved. And Kristi Noem just got approved, Governor. She's going to keep it. She's a tough one. She's a tough one. And she's going to do a great job. On day one, I directed every member of my cabinet to marshal all powers at their disposal to defeat inflation and bring down the cost of daily life. We want to bring prices down. Too high. They went way up. They didn't come down. I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, a foreign aid freeze. Oh, that's a nice one. And I created the new Department of Government Efficiency, and we're going to have a lot of good people. We're going to get Elon Musk to get involved in that a little bit. He already is.
In addition to the newly created Department of Government Efficiency and a freeze on hiring of new federal workers, Trump has proposed instituting tariffs as a way to supplement tax income for the federal government. He also floated the idea of tariffs replacing the income tax, as well as sending 88,000 new IRS agents hired by the Biden administration to the southern border. Trump even managed to slide in a joke about unreported wages.
Nationwide, over 4 million workers depend on tip income, including an estimated 700,000 single moms. And here in Nevada, we will have a quarter, think of it, a quarter of the typical restaurant workers' pay comes from tips. I didn't know that much. That's a lot. You haven't been reporting them for the last 10 years. So here's our deal. We're going to have no tax on tips from now on, but we're going to go after you viciously for all the money you didn't report for the last 10, 15. We're going to go after you for all the money you didn't report for. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I have to say to the fake news because they're going to say Trump is after all.
Trump said the no tax on tips proposal is set to be included in an upcoming legislative package and promised to see it passed for waitstaff, bellhops, bartenders, and his own caddies as the second Trump administration gets underway. Brennan Cooney, One America News.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.